Shalom everyone, and nearly Chag Sameach. Not Shabbat Shalom today, as we usually say. Today is Wednesday. Today is Nisan the 14th, and it is also April the 5th. And then tonight will be the night of Pesach, the first night of Pesach, or as we call it, the night of the Seder. Seder in Hebrew means an arrangement. Back in the day, when we used to have a temple, the way to celebrate Passover was to bring a sacrifice exactly at this time. On the day of the evening of the night of Pesach, we used to bring a sacrifice in Jerusalem. Each household had a lamb, and then they had to eat it during the entire day, not leaving anything to the next day. And that's how Pesach used to be celebrated. That's it. Nowadays, when we don't have the ability to bring a sacrifice, we are still left with the ability to eat the unleavened bread, to eat the matzah, and to tell the story about leaving Egypt to the children. But because of the fact that we don't have the ability to bring a sacrifice, our sages came up with an arrangement for the entire evening. So we would do various things on the night of Pesach, very special things, unique things, which we don't do usually during the year, in order to commemorate to remember us leaving Egypt, being delivered out of Egypt, going to true freedom of worship. And during the night of the Seder, it's interestingly enough, the most important participants around the table are the children. It says in the book of Exodus, "You shall tell your son on that day." It's really about telling them. It's about telling them the story. We have to pass on the message about us going out from being taken out of Egypt. And we also tell them, if we hadn't been delivered from Egypt back then, if God hadn't saved us back then, we would still have been slaves in Egypt. It's as simple as that. And this year we are celebrating 3,335 years for that event, and still, after all this time, all these years, we would still sit around the table and talk about liberty, talk about deliverance, talk about God's salvation, talk about the meaning of the words "I am the Lord," which came to be known by Him taking us out of Egypt and choosing us, and later, of course, giving us Torah. This night is very special, not because we don't just celebrate what happened back in the day, like more than 3,000 years ago. We have a saying on the night of the Seder, saying that in each generation, one must see himself, herself, as if he is going out of Egypt. So it's not just about talking what happened to them, but it's really about experiencing it ourselves. We are leaving Egypt tonight. In every generation, one must see himself as if he is being taken out of Egypt. And that's really the message we're trying to convey, of course, to ourselves, but also to the next generation. To the children around the table, you shall tell your son on that day. We have to make them feel part of the narrative, part of the story, make them be another link in this long chain. So may this be a holiday of true freedom of worship, freedom of choice. So may we live to His expectations, to always choose His path, to see Him and to put Him in the center of everything which is going on in our lives. This is what Passover represents, and of course His deliverance to us, His saving to us. May we all be saved this year on Pesach, together, entire humanity, and may we have a temple before the holiday even begins, and we could all meet on Temple Mount and worship there together. We say Chag Sameach. With much love from here in Israel. Lehitot.